Emma never planned to stay up late that Friday night. At 22, her week was usually packed with college assignments and part-time work at a local bookstore. Streaming spooky gameplays on Twitch was her guilty pleasure, and Ethan's channel was her go-to. Ethan, a charismatic streamer known for his horror game marathons, was playing an indie game called Whispers in the Dark. Curiosity piqued Emma's interest. The game had a reputation for feeling too real. Its eerie narrative and grainy visuals pulled her in instantly. The protagonist in the game roamed a decaying house armed only with a flashlight. As Ethan cracked jokes about the unsettling atmosphere, Emma chuckled, but a nagging sense of familiarity crept in. The house in the game, its narrow hallways and warped shadows, felt uncomfortably familiar to her. She leaned closer to the screen as Ethan's voice shifted from confident to uneasy. "Did anyone else hear that?" he asked, his eyes darting around his room. A whisper, low, guttural, came through Emma's speakers. Her skin prickled as she glanced around her room. She laughed nervously, convincing herself it was just the game. But something about Ethan's stiffening demeanor told her it wasn't. Then Ethan's lights flickered and Emma's unease deepened. "Ethan, that was weird," Ethan muttered, rubbing his neck. His camera picked up a faint shadow in the corner of his room, but it vanished when he turned. Emma's heart raced as she typed in the chat. What was that in the corner? She wasn't the only one who noticed. The chat exploded with comments. Ethan ignored them, brushing off the flickering lights as a technical issue. As Ethan guided the character deeper into the game's dilapidated house, Emma couldn't shake the oppressive feeling growing in her chest. Each room in the game seemed darker, the whispers louder. A mirror in the game showed a distorted reflection, and Ethan leaned closer to inspect it. Emma noticed something terrifying. Ethan's own reflection in his webcam flickered, like an old VHS tape out of sync. "Ethan, this is getting too real." Then, without warning, his streaming room went pitch black. Emma froze. When the lights returned, a figure stood behind Ethan. The figure behind Ethan was thin, almost skeletal, with hollow eyes and a twisted grin. Ethan spun around, gasping. The camera shook violently as he stumbled back. "Ethan, who's there?" he demanded, but no one answered. The chat erupted in chaos. Emma's fingers trembled as she typed, "Ethan, get out of there!" Ethan turned back to the camera, his face pale. "Ethan, it's probably just the game messing with my head." He stammered, forcing a shaky laugh, but Emma knew better. She could feel the figure's eyes, not just on Ethan, but on her. She glanced at her laptop screen and screamed. The figure was no longer behind Ethan, it was staring directly at her through her screen. Before Emma could react, Ethan's stream cut out. Emma refreshed the page frantically, hoping it was just a glitch. But Ethan's channel had gone offline. She scoured social media, searching for updates, but found nothing. Hours passed. By morning, a chilling post appeared from Ethan's account. Stream deleted. Account compromised. Her heart sank. What happened last night wasn't a technical failure. It was something much darker. Days turned into weeks, and Ethan's absence became a grim mystery. Fans speculated, but no one knew the truth. Emma tried to move on, but the whispers stayed with her. At night, she'd hear them faintly, like distant echoes. Then one evening, she opened her laptop and froze. A new channel had appeared, Whispers After Dark. Emma's pulse quickened as she clicked the channel. The stream opened to darkness. For a fleeting moment, Ethan's face appeared, gaunt and lifeless, his hollow eyes staring into the camera. The chat filled with panicked messages, but no one else seemed to see him. The screen flickered, and the shadowy figure emerged. Its voice was soft but chilling. "Shadowy figure, join us." Emma slammed her laptop shut, but the whispers didn't stop. They grew louder, closer. Her room filled with an oppressive weight, as if the figure had stepped through the screen. Emma clutched her head, whispering to herself, "Emma, it's not real, it's not real." But deep down, she knew. The darkness wanted her.